Well, it's a sunny morning on the Algarve. I'm just leaving Portimao. I've been here for about 8 days. It's very resorty. The marina is great, and it's got that kind of on holiday feel to it, with apartments that surround the marina, mountains in the background to go and explore, and the beach, which is about a mile long. And I spent some time on the beach, in the beach cafes, and having a good time. The weather's really nice now, so I'm going to try and cut across in the next day or so over to Tangier and meet the objective. But at the end of the day, if the weather's nice and I'm in somewhere that's really good, I'm going to hang out. Some sailing buddies next to me told me about a lovely mooring in near Faro, behind some dunes, so I might just head there and park up there for the night and then carry on. Well, I've got a very pretty sunset over there which looks pretty spectacular. I'm about kind of 60 miles into the 160 miles that I've got to do to get to Tangier, and I'm out in the middle of the Bay of Cadiz at the moment, which is just on the hook of Portugal towards Gibraltar. I'm committed. I'm not going ashore now. I'm in the middle of the bay, and like I say, I've got about 107 nautical miles to go. Proudly flying is the flag of Morocco, and my courtesy Q flag, which I have to fly before I check in, and that gives you an indication of where I am, because over there is North Africa, Morocco, and just in the distance over there, the buildings and the city, that's Tangier. And it's hot. That's why I've got the sun hat on today. It's actually taken me one day, one night, and one more day to get from Portimao to Tangier, and it's not been without event as normal. Had a bit of a rumbling from the cutlass bearing, so I think I'm going to check that out. Either that, or I've got some rope wrapped around the prop that when I increase the RPM it starts to thrash about. So I've got a GoPro camera that's waterproof, so I'll push that down with a stick and have a look, and if it needs it, I'll go down with the snorkel and the knife and cut it off. But otherwise, everything's been okay. It's been a lovely day today, and not a lot of wind, but we have done some sailing, which has been really nice. And it's been that kind of sailing where, you know, the sails don't need a lot of management. You sit back in the cockpit with the sunglasses and your suntan lotion on and just let the world take you along. And so in about an hour and a half I should be in Tangier and checking in to Morocco, outside of the EU. So last time I was here, Tangier Bay Marina, it was about 6 weeks ago, and it was absolutely blowing a gale. I'd come by plane to get out of the storms from Portugal, but eventually I've arrived by boat, by tortuous route I would say, because I travelled from Nazaré to Simbressa and Portimao, and just did sort of short hops because of the bad weather. But I took the plunge and did a 3-day sail from Portimao, 150-60 nautical miles to get here, and finally I've arrived. And of course Morocco is outside of the EU, so I get a bit of Brexit top up, but I'm going to be here for quite a while, doing some boat maintenance jobs if I can get the right sort of price out of the marina services, which I understand are a little bit sort of dodgy on agreeing a price. So let's see. If not, I'll stick it out and find somewhere else in the Med to do the work that I've got to do. So I'm just going to enjoy my time in the sunshine now in Morocco and relax, because there's no time pressure whatsoever. I've got 90 days here if I want, and I'm being made very welcome, I must say. So after poking the GoPro down underneath the boat to figure out why I'd got that vibration, I thought, it's either cutlass bearing, which is expensive and troublesome, or it's rope that's stuck around the prop, and that's exactly what it is. So took a bit of underwater GoPro footage, and just literally behind me over there in the office is actually diving club and diving instructors. So the young diving instructor is going to come over with his gear and go down and chop it all off. He's going to check the folding propeller works okay, and check the cutlass bearing rock as well, and film that all for me. So yeah, I was going to do it myself, but you know what, these guys are the experts and they've got all the gears, so that's what we're going to do. Perfect, yeah?
Perfect.
Because the offending article, just a small piece of rope, but you would not believe how that can affect your propeller. When you've washed the dishes and you've tidied up on the boat and it's time to relax, it's cat time. And yeah, I've done all my dishes, and now it's cat time on the boat. So we'll give these a lovely brush. Morning, guys. So this is Ralph the Maine Coon and Chesney the Ragdoll, and they are full-time liveaboard sailors. And as with any petrol engine. The three main things are fuel, air and electric. So in this case, when I did actually start the motor or tried to start it up, nothing happened, so I ended up stripping it down, taking the carburetor apart, and the actual float chamber was full of water from hanging on the back of the boat for the last 6 months or so. So that's the thing to do. Take the carburetor apart, clean it all out, clean the jets, put it all back together, and guess what? It fired up, and it's all ready for those coves and little bays in Greece. So we climbed 1,000 steps to get to the top of the castle in Tangier, and across the way there, 14 kilometres is Spain. You can just about see in the distance, and Gibraltar. It's a bit of a choppy sea day today. It's quite windy. It's very, very sunny, but very windy up on the top of the castle. So we, meaning me and these two boys, are going to make our way back down through this gate and find ourselves some lunch and coffee, I think. So back through the Casbah, and these two guys are actually getting a bit restless actually. So I'll find somewhere for them to have a run around, probably on the beach. It's a beautiful place with little winding streets. There they go. Off down through the Casbah. Is he grumpy? I think he's been in there too long.
What is his name?
So these boys have been in there buggy all morning, and Ralph is a bit grumpy actually. So we've stopped for a coffee to try and settle them down a little bit. And we've come to a lovely place. Little riad, which is lovely. Wow. Lunch. Yeah. What's cooking? Oh, very nice. Very nice. No, I've had my lunch. I would otherwise. So in Tangier Bay Marina, or Tangier's Marina, it's said that it's quite difficult to get things done. I'm actually having two things done, and I found it fairly easy as long as you go through the right process and you get the right kind of support. So my fridge here, as you can see, chest freezer, the unit blew up, and it just couldn't be repaired. It was over 40 years old. I thought, oh, goodness me. So I looked online, saw the units at about 600, 700 euros. And by the way, I'd have to pay import tax into Morocco from Europe. So I found an engineer, refrigeration engineer, who has built me a new unit, and he's going to install it right now. So here we go. This is the unit that he's built for me, and Looks pretty good to me. He's made a little base. It's got a new refrigeration unit, and he's got the gas here, which is the latest environmentally friendly gas. He's got a pump there in which to prime it and charge it, and he's just gone off to park his car, so I'm going to help him get all of this gear on, and then hopefully in about an hour or so we'll have a working fridge. Well, that's the plan anyway. It'd be nice to get some cold beer in the fridge. I've been without for 10 days now.
خلاص صوبته راه عنده طول هو خلص عليها وعندي الورقه ديالو عندي. دابا واجبو الحال قال لكم بزاف الناس تبغيش يجيو هنا على حسب الخدمه على حسب هذه ما احسن نخليه يصور يدير يوتيوب وكذا صور يوتيوبر وزوبر يوتيوبر وزوبر.
Cinq minutes.
Okay. Good morning, boys. This is what I wake up to every morning on the good ship Mystique. Sir Ralph and Lord Chesney waiting for their breakfast. So, I did want to dispel a bit of a myth, I guess, about Tangier Marina, that you can't do any work on your boat. You can actually, and this truck coming down here has got my solar panel arch on it at a really good price, and we've had to go through a few loops of checking with the police, checking with the customs. But as long as you follow procedure and you're respectful to their processes, which are completely different than Europe, for example, then you're going to get stuff done. But you just got to make sure that you go through the correct process, which is declaration to the police. There's an office just here by the marina, and also the marina customs, and they're right on the marina too. So now it's time to fit the new A-frame, or should I say solar panel arch. So this is almost the finished article. Mr. Ismail and I erected this, and it was made by one of his team members in Tangier. It's actually narrow and doesn't have big struts that come down and get in the way. What I've done is I've actually used rigging, so I've got Dyneema down here to a turnbuckle, and that just keeps it very, very narrow. I've got Victron, 3 Victron solar panels at 680 wide, and you can fit 3 on there, and I've used these clamp brackets that you can see there to clamp it in place, and those are available on Amazon. I've just got to finish my wiring, and then that's more or less it. So many times people say, coming to Morocco, it's dry, no alcohol, but if you go to the right places, they've got absolutely everything in 5-star quality as well. So there is the most beautiful wines here, beautiful wines, yeah, and even something you don't see very often, and that's the pear grown in the bottle, and very high quality whiskies. So I think I'm going to be getting my money out and buying something, because I've got no alcohol on the boat. I don't really believe in having alcohol on the boat, but It's nice to have a tipple when you're at anchor. So it's probably a spiced whiskey for me. Well, I'm leaving Tangiers with mixed feelings really, because the hospitality was great, the place was great, the security and the procedures are a little bit something you have to get used to, but kind of when in Rome, I guess. But otherwise it's been a great experience. I've been here actually about 6 weeks resetting the old Brexit clock, but now I've got a full 90 days on my Brexit calendar. So I'm heading off now over to Gibraltar, and just a little bit more work to do. I've actually had my solar arch fitted, or I fitted it, but I had it made in Tangiers, which is great. But I've just got some more rigging work to do to make it more stable. So it's a great day today, really lovely sunshine and calm seas, as you can see. No orcas yet, but otherwise life is good on the good ship Mystique. So you can see here on the chart, this is where I'm starting here, Tangiers, heading up the coast on the inland passage, and at 75 degrees, and then cutting across the traffic separation up to Gibraltar. So that should take me probably the best part of today, but a very relaxing day it will be too. Well, it's another one to add to my list, going around Land's End, the tip of Portugal, and now just passing the Rock of Gibraltar. So I've seen lots of these. It's been really busy shipping wise, and lots of ferries as well to avoid. One called me up for a positional check, but I'd got him in sight and was in the middle of actually changing my course. But look, there it is, the Rock of Gibraltar. So in about an hour or so, I'll be moored up and be able to explore Gibraltar with its monkeys, of course. Well, I'm at the border, Spain to Gibraltar, and I ended up on the Spanish side in the marina, Alcadesia Marina, which has really been nice. I had to go over yesterday to pick up some bits and pieces from the chandlery, and it was quite simple to go through. I had to check into Spain first, check out when I went across, do my business, check back out, back into Spain, and now I'm actually going to check out, because I'm heading actually to a marina on the UK side, as they're still not in Schengen, so it means that I'm saving my Brexit days. If I stay here, I'm just burning my Brexit days for no reason, but I'm actually in the same place. So I'm heading over there now, and should cast off this afternoon and make my way around to Queensway Marina. Well, I'm feeling a bit of a fraud really after sailing thousands of miles and ended up in Gibraltar with all that exotic food on the way, and now I've ended up in Morrison's Gibraltar, totally English, and with a full English breakfast and a cup of tea. And I'm thinking, what could be better?